But now Okia Omtatah, chances zake unampatia?
Truth be told, I don't think no offense to Okia Omtatah, I like him so much. He's fought for this country personally, like on a personal level very many times. And if you're going to vote for people based on him, emotive voting is not the thing. It's not the way that we can move forward. I like Okia Omtatah so much.
Yes.
And I think he has the passion. But running a country, boss, is not a business of going to Mandamano, Ama, whatever, and all that. We really need someone with the muscle. And that muscle, Okia Omtatah needs to join another. This is my opinion. It needs to join other forces for him to get there. Because again, for you to run this for election in this country, you really need a lot of finance, a lot of money.
I think at the US.
US, but the US is different because we collect, we do funding.
Yeah, people contribute.
So if unless now we deal with this, the funding elections, the way they're being carried out, demonetizing the elections in this country, then we got there. But at the moment right now, my opinion is like, I would think we would get someone else that who has been in the course. And people don't like this, but someone who's been in the course for a while and who has known what is happening in there. The likes of Kalonzo Musyoka, probably Eugene and all that, and in support of Okia Omtatah.
Okia can still get like the Minister for Justice or some shit.
Exactly.
That would still work. But of course, but one thing, I always put the disclaimer. If it's Okia versus Ruto, personally I'm voting for Okia.
Exactly, even me. If I see Okia Omtatah in the ballot versus Ruto, the first thing in the morning, man, I'm going to give you my vote. But now when it comes down, when you want to look at things differently, like let's see who has that wherewithal. Like who has that strength and all that. This country, bro, we need the eyes, first of all. Someone who can implement, someone who has the intention, someone who has the irregularity of what everyone else has in this country to make it. You know, it's just like the other day people were saying like, Morara Kebaso, I'm like, yo, man, presidential, it's just a serious thing, you know. We really need someone who's been into these people and who knows what they have been into. Dije kuna backgrounds there watu wanapitisha vitu, wanaficha pesa, wanafanya nini. For you to get into that, it needs someone who's been well aligned with them. You know, it's just sending a thief to catch a thief.
Someone someone who has enough popularity not to be attacked by goons of you.
Yeah.
Because that's the tactic that's going to be used in 2027. The goons tactic. So if Ruto atafeel kama yuko unpopular, ata make sure kama kina like Morara hataweza kudo any rally anywhere. And that's why now hiyo ndio like one of the things imesaidia Raila for a very long time is he has that fanatical following.
He has a gunic.
Yes, and that fanatical following makes the government like you respect you to a certain level. But before you get that, and you know, see that fanatical following takes a certain level of I don't know, like lazima we build over a long period of time. So,
I'm gonna tell you something though. You know, there are people like, I know you don't like Matiangi so much because of, it's just pretty much is another mini.
Ruto. Asali dedishwa akina baby pendo.
But there's a contrary opinion on how people will vote for that guy as compared to Ruto. Because Ruto has completely ignored. Ruto had the best opportunities to run this country in an easy way. After Mandamano, Ruto had everything on his plate. Right now, he's just like a kid that's just walked on the plate. Like it will go everywhere. And getting wrong people every time, that is not going to help him. So now it's becoming more unpopular every day. You see, but now the thing, what I was saying about Matiangi, this is, you know, people would say, kwamba sababu mimi mkisi.
Hata kabla useme yako disclaimer, Matiangi versus Ruto, I'm still giving Matiangi.
Matiangi versus Ruto, I'm giving Matiangi my vote.
Do I think he'd still do extrajudicial killings? He still do it, but for me this I'd look at it as PIA tumepatia umoja one term, PIA tunampatia one term. So hii kupatia watu one term itafanya watu wakuwe disciplined, and at some point it's going to lead to more respect for human rights. Right now, to me, it's anyone versus Ruto, I give anyone. Nacheki. The only person I think I would not put there is Mr. Foreskin, Moses Kuria, because I think he's too dumb to be a president. But apart from that, I think most of these guys, I just give them. Because me, I just need Ruto out.
No,
but sasa, Matiangi?
No, before you go that, I think I will differ with you on, what do you call him?
Mr. Foreskin,
Mr. Foreskin, Moses Kuria.
Can't be a national leader. You can't be a national leader if you think one community is inferior. That discredits you.
I have a contrary opinion about that. I may differ with that. Moses Kuria, he chose to be stupid. Yeah. I mean, it's just intentionally stupid. But it's very brilliant. His ideas are very good. But now, the way he forces them under people's throats is the same things William Kabogo did, and he came back realizing like he was doing the right thing up until the point whereby he lost it socially. So Moses Kuria is those people who realizes one. Do you see? I don't know if you watched him when he was fired from the cabinet. Is that one person who is just kind of he can change to be how can I say? He lacks presentation. He doesn't know how to present his ideas and all that. But to me, I know he has the course. He has how can I say? He has the intent and the passion of the country. But now, in most cases, he's so ruthless and he doesn't care about people and all that. As I've said again, he's intentionally stupid.
This is how I'd look at it. The minute that you think a foreskin can affect the mind, and you're dealing with most of the Kenyan partners that you're dealing with have foreskins, from the British to the Japanese to the Chinese. Like, the Kenya's debt to people with foreskins is more than people with non-foreskins, which are Americans. So the minute unafikiria kitu kama hiyo, you don't deserve to be a national leader. It means even at your lowest moment, you always have to think of a country from a national point. Umechiki kama saizi, one of the reasons why Nyanza ina support Ruto is to teach Kikuyus a lesson. And do you know why that's coming up? It's because of people like Moses Kuria. They are the ones who made it a tribal thing in 2022. Ile time ilikuwa like, in 1969, there was this oath that no Kikuyu should ever vote for someone with a foreskin. You remember that bullshit?
Yeah, of course.
So now, ukienda online and you find the people akina sijui Onyango Kelo, you see they're using that as their reasoning. They go like, these guys want us to punish Ruto while they elected Ruto to punish us. It's because of the likes of Moses Kuria. And I feel like for us to move away from tribal politics, we need to get such fuckers out. Nacheki. Like, of course. Right now, they say Gachagua is tribalist. Gachagua talks about the mountain. He does not attack communities. So, to me, that's very different from someone who attacks a community. Yeah, now when you bring that comparison like that, now this is where I draw the line. The way we identify ourselves as communities is the best thing, right? Yeah. But the fact that we use communities to attack ourselves is the worst thing. Because all of us, we come from our tribe, and the tribe defines us in this country to be who we are. Because we have a lot of cultural things that come out of us, a lot of diversity and all that. If you compare Moses Kuria to Gachagua, Moses Kuria, Gachagua is way out of the league, even more than even Ruto by far. In terms of community. If there are people who are very tribal, that I would say, and who use community in a very distinct way that you never realize, and I've seen this before, even I remember some show that I did. Yeah. Ruto is the worst. Moses Kuria can never be compared to Gachagua in one way or the other, because Gachagua is just like Trump. Is another Trump. You know, Trump was the reason why personally, like me, I voted for him is because of one thing. I didn't care about anything else but the passion that someone has for his country. Yes. He died with it. He died with his passion and all that. And people would just want to disagree with me about things, but the passion that we should have for our own country, that we care, that you walk somewhere that you see this is dust, and you know you need to work on something and just change it to be something else. That's the passion that we're talking about. We don't want to talk about someone who's just coming out to impose things like Moses Kuria just came up, like he just wakes up and just says, he knows what he's doing is wrong. This person has been doing banking in the Middle East for the longest time. His credentials stand at the highest level. But he chooses to be stupid, right? It chooses to bring foreskins, it chooses to bring community, it chooses to bring tribalism. And at the end of the day, what happens? Those kind of things really confuse people to like, one time you're saying this. If you listen to Moses Kuria before elections,
If you had an opportunity, you'd this is what even I just borrowed from Trevor Noah. You don't know people up until the point whereby you listen to them when they have that passion. He had a way to convince people into it. But when they got into power, as Jacob Midewa said, when the power gets into your head, you will forget the people who put you into power.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. So maybe like shidangu agatuyo, like I feel like we need to walk away from what is it called, like your tribal politics.
Yeah, we need to preach more consciousness.
Yes.
So to avoid
emotions. For us to walk away from that, we need to get rid of elements that bring up that. Like during an election period, it's just supposed to be about policies. I'm going to increase taxes. So kama Ruto inafaa kuwa, for us to get out of debt, yes, naenda ku increase taxes. Then the person running against him, you call like, for us to get out of debt, I'm going to increase production. I'm going to give tax incentives to other countries, other companies, so that they can set up in Kenya, right. Create jobs. By creating jobs, what do they do? They create, they increase the tax base. So it's different policies, different whatever. So
the way different approaches on how you look at it.
Yeah, because is Kenyan debt messed up? Yes, it's messed up.
It is messed up.
But are there ways to curb it? Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very many ways.
Kuna hii kitu imetokea, I think we can't account for how much. There's a lot of money that we can't account for. Zile zilikuwa kwa secret budget ya State House. Kuna kitu imetokea tena still ya Office of the President. There was like a secret budget, and this secret budget was not even approved by mother anaitwa nani? The
control of budget?
Yes. Alafu pia kuna debt, like even with our debt financing, yes?
Yes.
Kuna people like I think it's over 80 billion that can't be accounted for that we paid, but hakuna paperwork ya kuisupport. Wacheki. So these are all the things that I have a problem with, that if you have a president that really loves the country, then every shilling has to be accounted for. And that's what the problem that we have in Kenya is, the fact that we can't account for every shilling. And the fact that we account for every shilling, that's why we end up with easy situation.